Hi, my name is Hannah Tofty, and I'm the state coordinator for the Washington History Day program. This is the judge orientation for all judges evaluating projects virtually. Thank you for supporting the National History Day program here in Washington State. We appreciate your time and energy serving as a History Day judge. Each year, the National History Day program announces an annual theme to guide students in selecting their historical research topics. Inspired by this theme, students selected research topics based in local, national, or world history. The topics students choose must be historical. At History Day, a topic is considered historical if it is old enough to have evidence of both short-term and long-term impacts. Through their History Day project, students will argue for their topic's historical significance and will support and illustrate their argument as it relates to the theme. History Day students find and study primary and secondary sources to learn about their topic. They will both analyze and synthesize their research, bringing a range of historical evidence together to tell a historical story. Key to this historical story is their historical argument or thesis about the topic's significance in history. Then, students design and create a History Day project to display their work and share what they have learned. You will help students to close out the History Day process by viewing their project and providing thoughtful written feedback as part of a History Day contest. Sharing their work with members of the public helps students to understand that their voice as a young historian has real-world relevance and benefits our communities. Some students only experience History Day at their school, while others choose to enter the contest series. If you are judging at a regional level contest, this is often students' very first time displaying their work and receiving a formal evaluation. If you are judging at the state level contest, the projects you evaluate will have already competed and placed highly at their regional contest. Most of the entries you evaluate for this contest will not move on to the next level of competition. Please remember that the positive experience you create for these student historians is the only prize that most of them will receive. Your mission is to ensure a great experience for all student competitors by fostering a love of history, respecting every student, offering constructive feedback, giving every project equal consideration, and creating happy memories. For many of these students, this is their first adventure into the historical research process. How lucky are we to play a part in shaping their outlook on the study of history? Please take advantage of this opportunity to welcome these young minds and voices into the history education community here in our state. As a virtual judge, you will complete your judging assignment in National History Day's online judge portal. There is an online portal for each History Day contest. Once you have logged into the portal, please identify and connect with your judge teammates right away to make plans to complete your judging assignment within the time frame provided by your contest coordinator. You will need to schedule both independent work time and a team meeting. Next, view the projects and complete your evaluations in the portal and discuss with your judge team. You must also work together to rank each entry numerically. During or after your team meeting, please feel free to revise your evaluation forms as needed to reflect your team's consensus. Each judge on a team does not need to make exactly the same rubric selections or leave the same comments, but you should work together to make sure your set of evaluation forms provides a consistent message to the students who receive them. There are 3 parts to each History Day entry. Please view the process paper first. A process paper is a 500-word description of the student's research process. Each process paper must address a list of questions provided by National History Day. Please view the annotated bibliography second. The annotated bibliography will contain bibliographic citations for all sources consulted in the creation of the project. It should be separated into sections for primary and secondary sources, and each source citation should be accompanied by a brief annotation which explains how the source was used and how the source helped the student to understand the topic. Please view the project third. For the purposes of competition, projects are divided by division, group size, and category. At this year's contests, some project categories may be judged virtually. This means that students have submitted their projects online, in some cases altering them for a digital format. Virtual exhibit students submit a PDF that includes their project paperwork along with either photos and text of their physical exhibit or an exhibit designed digitally. Virtual documentary students submit a link to their film and a PDF of their project paperwork. Virtual performance students submit a link to their recorded performance and a PDF of their project paperwork. Virtual paper students submit a PDF that includes their project paperwork and their paper entry. And virtual website students provide a link to view their website with all project paperwork embedded within the website. The first two sections of the evaluation form are shown on the left. The top section addresses historical quality, which is weighted at 80%, and the lower section addresses clarity of presentation, which is weighted at 20%. Judging criteria, shown in blue, label each horizontal row, and levels of achievement, shown in green, label each vertical column. Descriptors are the text in the body of the rubric, shown in red, and are read in rows from right to left. Descriptors describe what it will look like as mastery is reached in a given criterion. Be sure to use the descriptors, the body of the rubric shown in red, and not the level of achievement headings as the basis for your rubric selections. Let's briefly go over each of the rubric criteria, the row headings on the left shown in blue. A historical argument or thesis is the project's central argument or claim. It is the foundation of the History Day project, and the project must illustrate how the argument is supported with evidence. The theme criterion refers to the connection between the History Day project, including its topic, and the fundamental ideas of the annual theme. Wide research refers to the variety of types of available sources, books, articles, credible websites, photographs, etc., used in the research. Judges should emphasize quality over quantity and must understand that the types and availability of sources will vary based on the topic and on a young person's ability to access them. Primary sources are direct historical evidence connected to an event by time or participation. In other words, the source was created during the time period being investigated, it was created by someone who participated firsthand, or both. Primary sources are used as direct evidence to develop and support the historical argument. Historical context is the larger setting in which the topic took place. Judges should look for students' understanding of the historical context and how the topic connects with its setting. Multiple perspectives refers to the examination of the topic from more than one point of view, incorporating different opinions and lived experiences. A historically accurate project in the context of National History Day demonstrates three characteristics. Accurate, to what degree the project is free from mistakes in historical information. Credible, to what degree the information presented is reasonable to believe. And without critical omissions, to what degree the project includes all information needed for a complete understanding. Significance in history refers to how the topic changed history on any level, local, global, even individual. In the History Day program, we demonstrate significance through an analysis of both short-term and long-term impacts. Clarity of presentation is a category of criteria that focuses on how effectively students use their project category to present their topic. As such, these criteria are mostly specific to each project category. However, student voice is evaluated for all categories. Student voice refers to a student's ideas and analysis. In a History Day project strong in student voice, students do not rely on experts to make their arguments for them. Rather, students' own ideas and analysis are clear and in balance with the supporting evidence. This History Day contest is part of a large nationwide contest series. To set boundaries and keep competition fair, the National History Day organization sets both general contest rules and rules for each category. You can access a copy of the contest rulebook online at nhd.org or through your contest coordinator. Please remember that History Day is a contest with rules, not about rules. Especially if you are judging at a regional contest, small rules violations can be fixed before the next level of competition. As you judge this year, you may encounter some minor or major rule infractions. Please note any rule infractions in the rules section of the project's evaluation form. Minor rule infractions do not provide a competitive advantage. Therefore, judges are not required to take these violations into consideration when ranking entries. However, major rule infractions do provide a competitive advantage, and therefore judges should not advance entries with major rule infractions to the next level of competition. It is unlikely that judges will encounter a disqualifying offense. The only grounds for disqualifying a History Day project are entering a project in multiple contests or categories, reusing an entry or any part of an entry from a previous year, plagiarism, or tampering with another student's entry. Disqualifying an entry is a decision to be made by the contest coordinator. If you suspect any disqualifying offenses have taken place, please discuss privately with your judging team and notify your contest coordinator. The written comments you leave will help students to understand your rubric scores and their contest ranking. Please be sure to phrase your comments clearly. Students will be poring over your words. Your judging teammates can be a great resource to help you pick just the right phrasing for your comments. Use your rubric selections to inspire comments on an entry's strengths and areas for improvement. Please do not comment on a student's ranking or how well they did compared to other competitors. The comment section is also a great place to show appreciation for students' work and thank them for participating in History Day. You should expect quality research projects, but remember that you are evaluating the work of young students who are just beginning to learn historical research, project development, and presentation techniques. For many students, this may be their first time displaying their work publicly and speaking from a position of expertise. Please make sure that every History Day student knows that you looked, listened, and learned from them. Again, thank you for your time and energy in support of the Washington History Day program. We could not do this without you. If you have any questions, please contact your contest coordinator.